Hello, everybody, and welcome to the RDL show. It's week 2, and things are starting to get serious. Except for Feathers. They still think that Pinchurchin is a Pokemon. Wait, what? Pinchurchin got another 2 kills? Okay. While I check these stats, let's take a look at this week's results. New York Latios 0, Indianapolis Mudbrays 2, Sky Strikers 2, Denver Darkrai 0, Orlando Oshawotts 2, Golden Gate Goldango 1, Gothenburg Gothitels 0, Down Under Drop Bears 2, Welsh Woobats 2, Newcastle Niederkings 0, Blazing Breloom 0, Santa Connor Squad 2, LA Latias 2, Durham Dragalgi 0. Now, with 2 weeks in the books, let's have a quick look at the table. Top of the table is looking very different to what I think everyone was expecting. The Latias' physical strength of Iron Hands and Mudsdale overpowered their first 2 opponents. The incredibly creative team building of Pikachu taking everyone's favourite underdogs, the Down Under Drop Bears, into second. Ted's amazing, patient, tactical approach as the Sky Strikers sitting pretty in third. And can we call it an upset when it's happened twice? I don't think so. Space and the Santa Connor Squad defying expectations with 2 from 2 and 4th place in the table. Down at the bottom, we've had an extremely slow start from 2 of the favourites in the Blazing Brelooms and the Gothenburg Gothitels. But it's still early days and plenty of time to turn it around. And of course, we have to mention your Welsh Woobats, exactly where they should be, in Larrytown, average by design, right in the middle of the pack in 8th. Now, I should probably update my power rankings right here, but I was so far off the mark that I just ripped them up. Admitted, I know nothing. They're gone. Let's move on. Let's take a look at this week's highlights. First up, we have to shout out to physical attackers absolutely popping off this week. Hershey Dark, 6 kills for the Welsh Woobats, taking them to a 2-0 victory. Mudsdale, 4 knockouts for Mudsdale, but taking the crown with 7, yes, 7 kills in their week 2 match. Black King of the Santa Connor Squad. Now, we knew going into the season that the Grafai Slaking combo was absolute menace, but somehow Space really brought out the very best in them this week. Next up, I wanted to highlight 2 coaches that I consider to be the most creative team builders in the league. First up, Jim, pulling up on week 1's Sap Sipper Paris Song Azumarill with a steam engine weakness policy exploding Colossal. It didn't quite work out for him this week, but when 2 of the best teams in the league are facing off, you've got to try and pull out a trick or 2 to give yourself the advantage. And that was some magic. Second is Pikachu, who once again highlighted the versatility of that Azulf Hisuian Typhlosion combo, but this time bringing physical Azulf with Howl Typhlosion. Wow! Now, it did get the kills this week, but it absolutely contributed to a hard-fought victory over Fluffle and the Gothitels. Now, for the final highlight, my pick as the game to watch this week. Orlando Oshawotts versus the Golden Gate Goldango. While I didn't give it Game of the Week this week, it certainly lived up to the hype. 2 of my top 3 teams going into the season based off in what turned out to be an absolutely epic 3-game set. Massive congrats to Otter and Shim for producing what for most people probably would have been Game of the Week. However, my Game of the Week came down to two that I really didn't see coming. Two incredibly close, tense matches that deleted my fingernails. The first, narrowly missing out on Game of the Week, and I have to say, so narrowly missing out on Game of the Week, was the New York Latios versus the Indianapolis Mudbrays. 2 games of fantastic reads, great prep, and some really, really nice surprises. TCL bringing Moxie, Fly, Salamence, and Static Screens Belly Ball to support. Brilliant team building. And then Papa Squid bringing Screens Raichu with all-out offense. Love it. Absolutely loved it. Thoroughly enjoyed both matches. Maybe a little biased, but I love Game 2 since Volcarona, one of my favourite mons. And it really put in the work. But just ever so slightly edging it out for Game of the Week is Sky Strikers versus Denver Darkrai. Such a close match, and that game 1, oh, so tense. The fact that it came down to Landorus actually managing to hit his own teammate Articuno with an earthquake. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I loved seeing that special attack in Goodra from Ted. It gets all the props in the doubles meta for being this almost unkillable stall raid boss. People forget it's actually got a decent 110 special attack and good coverage. Game 2, I love Tommy's pivot from snow into rain. That support Spiritomb, really good set. Love it. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but it just showed really good team building on both sides and made for an incredibly fascinating game to watch. As always, you get the greatest prize of all, pride and honour of being chosen. Next week's one to watch. This is going to feature 2 of the current top 3 and 2 of the best team builders in the league. With Ted and his Sky Strikers taking on Pikachu and the Down Under Drop Bears. I really cannot wait to see what those guys bring to this one. Will Ted finally unleash Ursaluna on the league? What will Azulf do this week? I think that's probably the question on everyone's lips. What on earth is Pikachu going to come up with for Azulf this week? If you want to catch it live, I'm sure Ted will be streaming it at twitch.tv/TedTheBest. If not, join the Discord. Any matches that are played on Showdown are posted with spectators welcome. We'll also have all of the results posted as they happen in the Discord. Link to both Ted's Twitch and the Discord in the description below. Finally, transfer news. Otter is again making moves. This time, trading away Baby Flutter, Miss Magius, for Scyther. Feathers has decided being top of the league isn't good enough for him. So, shipped out Poltergeist and Orthworm to bring in Decidueye and Blaze Tauros. Alberto has decided to add some undead bite to the Dragalges by trading Arboliva for Houndstone. wraps it up for this week's show. Congrats to everyone for making this another amazing week of RDL action. We're still early in the season, so nothing is signed, sealed, or delivered. Everyone, keep up. Fantastic work. This will surely be a playoff hunt for the ages.